I feel like now with situations, I can, even though I may be the one in it, I can step outside and view the situation. In fact, I talk to people about this a lot as this situation is not me. And I think I confused that. Like, this situation is me. So I must be wrong. I must be bad. There's something wrong with me instead of there's something to examine in this situation. I'm a part of the system, but I am not the whole system. And being able to separate and view from a different vantage point is extremely helpful, especially with the people work that I do, because people are complex systems. So it isn't a one size fits all, and you really have to take a step back and view it from multiple angles.
I feel as though I've become a lot less reactionary. I feel as though I turn the autopilot off and am no longer just responding in a knee jerk way to things that are happening around me. I really feel like I have a choice and I'm seeing myself in real time, um, and and thinking about my thinking in that moment and how I am going to respond, and feeling confident and comfortable in knowing that I absolutely do have a choice in terms of of how I show up in that moment.
That just broadening and opening up the mind and seeing things from just a completely different perspective. And it also helps me understand other people because I could start to understand where they were probably operating from and their mindset, and how to meet them where they are at versus trying to meet them where I'm at. And so that was another added insight that helped me, especially in influencing leaders in my organization, board members, particularly, where they might be very different. They might be at a completely different stage than I'm at, and come at things from a very different mindset that I think in the past would probably judge them for. And kind of shift that thinking around less about judging them for them being different or being in a different place, and more understanding and seeing the good and not just the bad, or the judgment part of me, but just understanding where they're coming from. And then that helps with communication. It helps with influencing. It helps me not take things personally, which is something that I also, is a tendency for me, is to take things more personally than I should, or be harder on myself than I should. And so it's just given me a calmer energy, I think. And so there's just so many different places that it's helped me, but those are some things that pop into my head.
In a lot of cases, again, that self-critic, I would have conflict and I would focus on all the things that I did wrong in the situation, or that someone wasn't pleased with me, instead of one seeing, oh, we could just be coming at it from two different angles. We could have two different perspectives, and I would avoid, I would ruminate, I would get frustrated maybe. And I didn't know how to address that conflict always in a healthy way. And I learned how to ask questions and listen and understand, and then push back or say simply, I don't agree. I was always more of the good little soldier falling in line, and I could say I don't agree, and they'd still might not take my idea, and that's okay too. So I did see a huge impact with that and how I engaged as a leader. And it's amazing the strength of the relationships where that occurred, and the depth of the relationship that I now have with those individuals, because I was able to approach the situation with finding my voice, but also respecting theirs and co-creating a solution.